But what's not going to be for entertainment is your money, because it's going to be gone when the SEC head is saying financial crash caused by AI is nearly unavoidable. Okay, here's the question I have for you.
Give me the question.
We've talked about this a lot of times.
Yep.
And why are we letting Skynet into the financial system now?
It's just getting worse, man. It's just getting well. And he's saying that there's going to be a financial crash because AI is involved in the financial system, and they're all using similar models. And so he's basically like, what if the learning model screwed up because they're all using the same basic learning model? It's like, well, here's an idea. Don't do that. Like, you just don't do that. Like, that's like
don't do that.
That's like if I do, that's when my kids will come to me, Dad, if I press my thumb here on my face, it hurts. And my response is like, well, just don't do that. Like, that's just don't do that. Like, it's real simple. I feel like that's the answer here too. So
I feel like you missed the Georgia Tech class on figuring out root cause analysis of problems. You're just like, oh, that's the symptom? Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. But what if the pain gets worse and it hurts when I don't do this?
Oh, well, just all the time. It's different.
Then we'll deal with it then.
It's totally different then. Yeah. Then you go to a doctor. But before that, the answer is don't do that. Just stop.
So here's a funny little side anecdote.
Okay.
They mentioned in this article, I believe, that there actually was a flash crash before from these trading algorithm companies. I don't know when it was. It was a while back.
Okay.
2010. It was a brief flash crash by over $1 trillion, and it immediately rebounded. I had thought back then, I was like, you know what? I should put in buy orders for companies that are huge, like IBM and people like that, and for $1.
Yeah.
And if the talk, even for a nanosecond, crashes that point, and then these algorithms sell at this point, I could scoop up tons of stock, which is worth a ton of money for $1.
Yeah.
And they get the penalty for being big fat dummies. And I make the money on the upside.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, that could be great.
Yeah, it never actually worked, by the way. And a lot of the systems were like, that price is too low. We're not going to take that order. So
speaking of avoiding Skynet, New York City is ahead of the game. So New York City unveils an, quote, artificial intelligence action plan. Now, apparently, this is the same group of people that also developed the rat action plan, though they're very different action plans. One's for rats and one's for artificial intelligence. But,
why can't they be the same?
I hope they're not. It feels terrifying to me if the rats get some kind of artificial intelligence infusion, but it seems like a bad idea. But that's the website for today, ratartificialintelligenceinfusion.com. That's the one. But
that's kind of a longer one than most of our usual
ones. Yeah, it's a long tail one. Yeah.
A long tail one. Get that rat?
But yeah, I mean, they've got a plan for like how they're going to deal with the rise of AI and standards and things like that and research and all the things. And I think that's probably good. I think the article said it's 56 pages long. That seems unreasonably long.
51 pages.
That seems unreasonably long for a plan to me. And I also wonder how much of that plan was written by AI, because in 51 pages, there's a lot of Chat GPT up in there. So
my action plan would be pretty simple for this. It'd be probably 1 page. It could fit in 1 page.
Unplug it. Unplug it. I think it's just those words. It's like, just unplug it. Just
unplug it.
Unplug it.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
That's it.
Something that's going to be needed to turn off and on again, or maybe not even on again. OpenAI finally allows ChatGPT complete internet access. Tomorrow, Skynet achieves sentience and kills us all.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, what was it? Bard. Google's Bard already has.
You were about to say
access.
Bart Simpson.
No. Bard. Google's Bard already has internet access. So this is just ChatGPT's been lagging behind with data that's from 2021. Now it's not going to lag behind if you're on the Plus plan. And I got to say, like, I've started considering if it's time for me to pay for the Plus plan and like get the Chat GPT plugins and get
of course, definitely feed the machine that's going to kill us all. Yeah, $20. That's all it takes to help further the end of humanity.
In all fairness, AI doesn't need the money. So
I feel like we missed this part in Terminator because they talk about
Rise. We missed
Skynet.
the rise, yeah.
Yeah, they just talk. Oh, Skynet, it
was already
achieved
there.
this, and then it achieved sentience or whatever.
Right.
They missed the part of where it's like, what if it's two Skynets, and then they both have to fight it out, and then one achieves dominance by killing the other one, and then it turns on to humanity.
Whoa!
That's
such a better story. Like I love that. There's a good Skynet and a bad Skynet. I love that. That's great. I
wasn't even saying there was a good and bad one. I thought they were both bad and they just fought each other, and then they turned on us.
Oh, okay. So it's not an enemy of my enemy is my friend sort of scenario. It's
no, they're both the enemies.
I'm gonna blow all of you up sort of scenario. Got it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
That makes sense.